Hello everyone and a warm welcome back to another episode of Byakhya's weekly economic bulletin. I am your host John Manandar and today I'll be presenting the weekly business and economic highlights of the country from 10 June to 16 June 2022. So without any delay, let's get into it. As per the latest revised price list sent by the Indian Oil Corporation, which is the sole supplier of fuel to the Nepal Oil Corporation, the price of petrol, diesel and aviation fuel has increased by Rs 6.52, Rs 19.3 and Rs 91.91 per litre respectively. According to the new price list, petrol, diesel and aviation fuel will now cost Rs 209.28, Rs 202.16 and Rs 147.99 per litre respectively. What a day to be alive, right? Following the last hour failed merger between Nepal Investment Bank Limited (NIBL) and Himalayan Bank Limited (HBL), NIBL and Mega Bank Nepal Limited (MBNL) on June 10 has signed a Memorandum of Understanding to merge. As per the agreement, the merged bank will be named Nepal Investment Mega Bank Limited and will have a paid-up capital base of Rs 34.43 billion. In another case of merger, two commercial banks, Global IME Bank and Bank of Kathmandu on June 16 has inked an initial agreement to merge. As per the agreement, the merged bank will be named Global IME Bank of Kathmandu Limited and with a total capital of Rs 52 billion, it will be Nepal's biggest bank. Following the largest ever price hike of 8.21% last month, the consumer price inflation during the 1 month period from mid-April to mid-May has hit 7.87%, which is more than double than the 3.65% of the same period of the last fiscal year. According to the global report on the Open Budget Survey unveiled by the International Budget Partners (IBP), Nepal fell 12 places on the Budget Transparency Index in 2021, from 65th to 77th position. The slip in position can mainly be attributed to the delay in making major documents public and publishing the country's annual report late. The report published by the international watchdog has also identified weak monitoring by the federal parliament during both the planning and implementation phase of the budget as Nepal's main hurdle in maintaining budget transparency. As per a NEPSE official, the frontline regulator has started homework to open the secondary market for 6 days a week, Sunday to Friday, from the current 5 days. After the government declared 2-day weekend on Saturday and Sunday, NEPSE had switched trading to Friday from the original Sunday. With the government withdrawing the provision that will come into effect from next week, NEPSE is considering the transaction also on Friday for 2.5 hours starting from 11 am. On June 9, the Nepali Rupee plunged to an all-time low against the US dollar, with the Nepal Rashtra Bank fixing the exchange rate at Rs 124.68 per dollar. After only 6 days since hitting rock bottom, Nepali Rupee has further depreciated to a fresh low value of Rs 125.08 per dollar on June 15. The Nepali Rupee's downward spiral is a result of the steady depreciation of the Indian rupee to which it is pegged. As the INR has weakened consistently against the US dollar, the Nepali Rupee has also met the same fate. The continued depreciation of Nepali currency has made imports expensive for the highly import-dependent Himalayan nation, thereby contributing to the high inflationary pressure. Moreover, as we make interest payments and repayment of loan installments in dollars, the depreciation has also increased our debt liability by an estimated Rs 19.37 billion. While we have suffered from expensive imports due to currency depreciation, due to our weak export base, we have not been able to reap the benefits of cheaper exports that comes with the same currency depreciation, which is indeed a sad thing. All 7 provinces on June 15 unveiled their budgets for the next fiscal year 2022-23 beginning mid-July with an emphasis on boosting agricultural production, expanding the social net and improving infrastructural connectivity. The combined budgets of the 7 provinces for the next fiscal year amount to Rs 305.46 billion, which is nearly 17% higher than the current fiscal year's budget of Rs 262 billion. This will undoubtedly exacerbate the already high inflationary pressure in the country. With a budget of Rs 70.93 billion, Bagmati has the biggest financial outlay of all 7 provinces, while Karnali has the smallest outlay with a budget of Rs 32.61 billion. Sugar imports from official channels have almost stopped in Nepal after the government required traders to keep 100% margin amount to open letter of credit to import sugar. Imports from official channels have further declined after the largest producer of the sweetener and its second largest exporter, India, also decided to limit sugar exports to 10 million tons from June 1. However, surprisingly, there is not a shortage of sugar. On the contrary, reports even indicate a glut in the household sweetener. And the reason? Large volume of illegal imports of sugar from the porous southern border. Taking advantage of Nepal's import restrictions and India's restrictive sugar export policy, traders in collusion with custom officials and the police have been smuggling sugar illegally in the country to meet the inelastic demand for the household sweetener. With the supply gap being made by contraband sugar, sugar prices have therefore risen from Rs 95 per kg to Rs 110 per kg. On December 11, 2019, the Investment Board of Nepal IBN and Motrex Coal Limited CEO Lee Hyung-hwan had initiated a project investment agreement to produce petrol-powered vehicles in Nepal. The South Korean automaker, whose products are shipped to more than 70 countries, had proposed to manufacture 50,000 units of Hyundai and Kia passenger and commercial vehicles yearly in the Motipur industrial area of Butwal, Rupandehi. However, in light of Nepal's plan to switch from petrol-powered light vehicles to electric autos by 2031, the June 6 meeting of the IBN, chaired by Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba himself, had approved the decision to renegotiate with Motrex to abandon the earlier proposed plans to manufacture petrol-powered cars and instead establish a plant for electric vehicles. In line with this decision, the IBN is now set to begin fresh negotiations with Motrex to establish an electrical manufacturing and assembly plant in the country. This is indeed good news. Go green. Now for the final news. Following protests by traders accusing China of imposing an undeclared blockade in the northern transit points, visiting Chinese Foreign Minister and State Councillor Wang Yi on March 25 had stated that trade between the two countries would be eased. Staying true to its word, China had immediately increased the number of containers following Wang's visit, but not for long and also not by much. While the Chinese had said 40 containers would be allowed to pass through the Tatopani border point and 28 containers through the Raswa-Gadi border point Delhi, China has not released more than 15 trucks daily through each of the two border points. Fed up by the northern neighbor's fickleness, which has cost traders billions, almost 80% of traders have started importing goods over the sea route through India, despite it being more expensive and taking an additional 40 days more than the direct overland northern route. So that's it for now. Hope you found our weekly economic bulletin insightful. If you did, then please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share it with your friends and all the economic lovers out there. Also, we'll be back soon enough with our top economic news picks of the week, presented with our own analytical twist. So stay tuned. Until then, have a wonderful week ahead. Checking out John Manandar.